Morning, Kumar.
Morning, Badri. So has the weather warmed up?
Oh, yeah. Today it's
Oh,
going to be 24 degrees.
okay.
How about there?
Oh, this it's been warm since what, early March.
Oh, my God.
Warm in the sense it was around 25, 26 at the time,
Okay.
and slowly now I think it has crept to 30.
Hmm. Good morning. Mohan and
Morning.
Roshar there.
You're muted, Mohan.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Morning.
morning.
Namaste. Good evening to both of you, or good
Yep.
afternoon, whatever. Yesterday, I went to a Holy Communion of an Catholic child. She's probably 10 years old, I think. This is one of those couples that I counseled many years back. Indian couple.
Okay.
What did they have? I didn't hear.
Holy Communion. They are Catholics.
Oh, okay.
It's like, I think Holy Communion, from what I understood, is like initiation into some kind of Bible study and all that.
Equivalent of our Punal.
Correct. But this is for everyone, not just for men. Correct.
Not just for boys, both boys and girls.
Yeah.
They dip them in water and bring them out sometime.
Yeah.
Otherwise, just
Yeah, I mean, they just sprinkled.
But
Yeah.
they should have gone through some Bible studies and done some exam, or at least that priest should certify that they know.
I mean, they must have, because when I was in the Catholic school for my elementary education in India, there used to be a catechism class.
Catechism.
Yeah. And they will only take Catholics. So I was very, very curious because they will all go to that chapel in the back. And I wanted to know what was in the chapel and all that, but you cannot unless you're a Catholic, they won't. So, sixth grade, when I switched to a Protestant school, I took that opportunity to be in the scripture class. And, after one semester or after what is that? After one quarter, I got tired of that. And not, the moral science teacher was not great. He would come and he was also a Protestant Christian, so he would come and sleep in the class. He was an elderly gentleman. But at least, we can be chit chatting. He won't mind. Only when the decibel level goes very high, he will just wake up and say, and then he will go back to sleep again.
Why, it was in the post lunch, is it?
It didn't. I don't think it mattered to him. I think elderly gentleman, maybe he had some medical issues. Maybe he would sleep. His name was Mr. Manikam, so he was well known as Tungu Munji Manikam, sleepy Manikam. I
School
remember.
boys, school kids are really, unforgiving and very brutal in their criticism of their teachers or their classmates.
I won't say brutal. They are. I mean, I'll take that word brutal. They are brutally honest.
Brutally honest. And they will get the right nickname, or which will just hit home, but it is very unflattering, insulting. Let me put it, it's insulting.
I mean, it's not only there. Even in MIT, we did that. Yeah, but I mean, when we came to MIT, it was everybody was named. We didn't have to invent anything. But among friends, it was very unflattering. It was horrible.
I don't know whether you are following now in MIT alumni, IT
Ah,
guys.
no, I'm not.
You're not following. Okay. There's a big thing about, don't call me this. That was an old name.
I mean, it's not fair also. At
Yeah,
70,
yeah, I agree. I agree. At
70
this stage,
plus,
you shouldn't. I mean, but you
at
shouldn't
70 plus,
also
it's
take
not fair.
so.
At 70 plus, it's not. But if they don't mind, it is okay. But all right,
Yeah,
oh,
but some people mind. Some people really mind.
okay. Let's get started. Please close your eyes. Namaste, everyone. Go ahead, Sri Lakshmi.
ॐ योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचां मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोत्तं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि आबाहुपुरुषाकारं शङ्खचक्रासिधारिणं सहस्रशिरसं श्वेतं प्रणमामि पतञ्जलिं श्रीमते अनन्ताय नागराजाय नमो नमः.
Thank you very much. So let me share the screen. We stopped at Sutra 24, 25, or 24. Yeah. So let me, yeah, that's where we stopped. So earlier we have reviewed all this last week, right up to 24 we reviewed. However, to get the context, what we're trying to say is the chitta being what it is, it cannot see anything. It cannot do two things at the same time. That is, it cannot see the higher entity and also be active with the vrittis. It cannot be doing its work of looking at generating vrittis, chitta vrittis, and also be connected to the divine. So it can do only one at a time. We saw that. And then we also saw, as part of that, the chitta being what it is, understands everything when the seer and the sight color it or superimpose on it, meaning it can see things as is only when the chitta vrittis are fallen silent by deducing from the earlier sutras. And then because we are already in the state of samadhi, at least in the state of sabida samadhi, which is at the lowest level of samadhi, the seer, the one who is seeing, and the sight is together. We have seen a sutra on this earlier in chapter 1. So we said Kshina vrittehe abhijatasya eva manehe grahitri grahana grahyeshu. The seer, the seen, all that becomes one. So because of this connectivity with the divine, now you see things as they are. That's the meaning of that. And then because of all that, so anyway, he's saying Sutra 23 is the process of samyama. And then even though, because we are still in sabija samadhi, which means the sanskaras are still there, because we have to use a bija mantra to connect, which means the bija mantra is keeping the kleshas, samskaras silent. Even though it has a picture of innumerable impressions, they are still there, but right now they are in hibernation. It is still, because of the connectivity with the divine, it is made to act for a higher purpose. We saw this last week. We had some discussion also. To
Okay.
completely disconnect
Mail reference, I'm just
or
checking.
connect with higher reality. So that's what it is. So there is a higher purpose. It realizes that it has a higher purpose. Any questions up to this?
Mhm.
Okay. So let's move on to the next sutra. Vishesha Darshina Atma Bhava Bhavana Nivrittihi. Vishesha Darshina Atma Bhava Bhavana Nivrittihi. So Nivrittihi, the last word means it's not there. Nivritti means we have healed, we have overcome. That's what Nivritti means. Free, in here he says free of, release from, etc. Vishesha, we know, is special. Darshina, by seeing. That's why we say yoga darshana means with the sutras of yoga, you get a view of reality. Or it can be Vijnana Darshana. So there are various darshanas. So darshana, by seeing from the sight. Atma Bhava, self-sense. Bhavana, orientation. Nivritti, we've seen that word already. So in summary, it is from the special sight. What is the special sight? The earlier sutra, not 24, 23. We look back in 23. We said that sight and seer, everything becomes one. So from that special sight, because we are connected in Sabija Samadhi with the divine. So now we have that special sight. One is free from the idea of the self as the doer, controller, meaning that abhinivesha. So abhinivesha is now kind of becomes extinct, or at least temporarily it becomes extinct. You are able to see that I am not the doer. Everything is coming from there. The intelligence is not mine. I am everything, all the movements that I make physically is also his, by his grace. Everything is from there, it is happening. Although some of these physical things are already inbuilt in the human body, it has come from there, all that we see. Any questions? So one is free of the idea of the self. So this self is in Vedanta is what we call as Jivatma. There are two aspects, Jivatma and Paramatma. Paramatma is that Sattva Purusha. Jivatma is, we are the Jivatma. So we are a Jivatma as long as the samskaras are there. So Jivatma minus samskaras is Paramatma. Meaning, although supposing I get rid of all my samskaras, completely clean, what does it mean? I am fully connected to the divine all the time. So which means I am divine myself. That is why Swami Vivekananda said, every soul is potentially divine. Sutra 26. Any questions on 25? It's fairly simple sutra. I've seen this from a different angle in other chapters. Tada vivek nimnam kaivalya prag bharam chittam. Tada vivek nimnam kaivalya prag bharam chittam. So let's see what this is. Tada, from that, we know that. Viveka nimnam, lower intelligence or lower level discernment. Kaivalya pragbharam is the gravitation towards Kaivalyam. So it is slowly gravitating towards Kaivalyam. Chitta, for the chitta. So from that low level discernment, so up to 25, we are still saying it is a low level discernment. You got connected, the prajna is coming, is flowing because of the connectivity. It is still compared to what we are today, it is quite a high level of discernment, but still in the context of samadhi as such, because we are still not gone into nirvichara samadhi, nirbija samadhi. So we're still calling it as lower level discernment. Kaivalya pragbharam is the gravitation towards Kaivalya. Kaivalyam is that liberation in isolation, right? So complete freedom. So the chitta is slowly gravitating towards it. The chittam gravitates towards Kaivalyam. From that low level discernment, the chittam gravitates towards Kaivalyam, meaning it is going towards nirbija samadhi and finally to Kaivalyam. Any questions? This is again quite intuitively obvious sutra. Okay. So we read all this a couple of times last week, especially about the word Sanghatya and all that. Okay, so let's skip that. Sutra 27. Tat chit direshu pratyaya antarani sanskarebhyah. Tat chidreshu pratyaya antarani sanskarebhyah. So let's see what this is about. Tat is that, we know that. Chiddireshu were pierced or broken. In some place, locative, we don't need all that. So it means pierced or broken. Pratyaya is conviction. We have seen pratyaya many times. We know it is conviction. Antarani is the interval between, or that is which is inside. Antara means inside. So antarani could also mean inside or in the interval between two things. Sanskarebhyah, by the sanskaras. So let us see that chitta pierced. What is it pierced by? It is pierced by the discriminating knowledge of the self. The inner convictions are from the samskaras. So the chitta understands that all the sanskaras, the impressions, the karmic impression, the klesha impression, all those things, it understands that it is the sanskara. Let's see what he says in his notes. Hold on. It'll be interesting to read that. From the initial experience of samadhi, discriminating knowledge pierces the chitta. But then there still remains the previous patterns, right? We still have the samskara. All the previous patterns are still there. With the discriminating knowledge, one remains an observer of whatever the sanskaras impel us to do and experience. This is the technique we noted earlier in chapters 1 and 2 to counter impurities. This prevents new karmas from being formed. The experiences and in situations impelled by these remaining impurities are viewed as the duties one is born for. So we'll stop here and we'll go back to the sutra. So all that we are saying here is in the second line, from the initial experience of the samadhi, discriminating knowledge pierces the chitta. But then there still remains the previous patterns. We still have the sanchita karma and also the prarabdha karma. The entire thing has not gone. That is also there. With the discriminating knowledge, one remains an observer of whatever the sanskaras impel us to do and experience. Because of this discriminating knowledge, because of this connectivity with the divine and the prajna that has come in, that is the discriminating knowledge. With that, we are able to see that, oh, whatever I have to do in this world on a day-to-day basis, on a daily basis, is in tune with the cosmic requirement. But at the same time, I will not get attached to any of these things. I will not react to any of these activities that are happening during the day on a day-to-day basis. So that discriminating knowledge comes. I mean, this is what we have been talking about for a long time. Day-to-day, not to get attached to any of these events. Do your duty, but don't get attached to them, whatever it might be. Make sense? So,
But that can be done only in the samadhi, mega samadhi, right? You said while working, you're detaching yourself, but when you are in the samadhi states.
yeah. No, the samadhi state brings that prajna. But you can be so you are not going to be in the samadhi state all through the day. So all through the day, there are activities that you have to do. You have to meet people, you have to relate to people. So how do you stay without accumulating karma? I go to work, or even at home, somebody comes and says, "Oh, Kumar, you did this for me. Thank you so much." So immediately I start patting myself back. In my back, I accumulate good karma. Or somebody says something which I don't like, and then I react, I get bad karma. So those things I will not do. When? Because of this discriminating, this discernment has come. So I know I'm here as a tool. I'm just a tool
Hmm.
and I have to do my duty. It's like a screwdriver doing a duty. What is its duty? Its duty is when the user of the screwdriver puts some pressure and turns, it should turn and tighten the screw. That's all it has to do.
Hmm.
Instead of saying, oh, that another user which used the screwdriver used it very softly, very gently, spoke very sweetly to me. Those are all stupid things. Those are all coming from avidya, because the discernment has not come.
Okay.
The discernment comes, it won't care. It will just do its duty. Because it is only seeing. It has become an observer.
Hmm.
Okay. So that is Sutra 27. Sutra 28. Hanam esham kleshavat uktam. Hanam esham kleshavat uktam. So Hanam is, these are opposed or cut off. Hana comes from that. Kleshavat, as for the kleshas, uktam is said or spoken. So if we put all those things together, these are opposed as said for the kleshas. What is that? What is the meaning of this statement? This statement is, we oppose the kleshas. These are opposed as said for the kleshas. Meaning, we understand, we have understood because of the discriminating knowledge, we have understood these kleshas are the ones which are making me, prompting me to do stupid things. So you resist. You don't do it. You have become an observer. That's the meaning of this sutra. Any questions? Okay. Okay. Prasankyane api akusidasya sarvata viveka kyatehe dharma mega samadhihi. Prasankyane api akusidasya sarvada viveka kyatehe dharma mega samadhihi. Okay, this is a very interesting and nice sutra. Let's discuss this. Prasankyane api. So you just put both the words here. Even though in innumerable numbers are large quantity. Sankhya is numbers, right? Sankhya means number. The number system in Sanskritam is called Sankhya. Prasankyena api. So even though in innumerable numbers or large quantity, what is it? What is it in large quantity or innumerable numbers? Akusidasya. Having no interest in accumulating. Meaning here, kusida means usurer. Usurer means one who charges a very high level of interest. In India, we have all this, we have all these people who charge interest on a daily basis, right? Very high interest they will charge. But they will give you short-term loan for a month or 2 weeks, for 1 week, some big amount they might give, but they charge very high interest. So those are called usurers. Usurer, which in Sanskrit is kusida. That is, the interest rate goes up in an exponential way, very sharp increase in the interest. Many of these pawnbrokers, when you go and pledge something, they will say, okay, for this watch or for this gold ring, I will give you, say, 500 rupees. But upfront, I will only give you 400 rupees because I'm deducting 100 rupees for the first week's payment that you have to make, or first month's payment, whatever it is. And then he will give you only 400 rupees in your hand. And if you don't pay in the 4 months, then that interest rate will even increase further. That's how people lose homes, property, all those things are gone because of that. So that's what that kusida means. That's the meaning of that kusida. Akusidasya means having no interest in accumulating that kind of interest, having no interest in accumulating. Sarvata, always. Viveka kyatehe, from discriminative understanding, is dharma mega samadhi. So, meaning, even though we have impurities, meaning sanskaras, being innumerable, okay, it's innumerable, with no new ones forming, correct? No new ones are forming, correct? Because we have received that discriminative knowledge. So now we fully understand we are only an instrument. So whatever activities we do on a daily basis, we are very aware not to accumulate any karma, which means we don't react. We don't pat ourselves on the back. So we are not accumulating any bad or good karma. But we still have a lot of impurities that we have accumulated earlier. So even though impurities being innumerable, we have a big bag, but with no new ones forming, so to that extent, our load is reduced due to the discriminative understanding all the time there is discriminative understanding, is dharma mega samadhi. So with this discriminative understanding and the fact that we are not accumulating any new karmas, we are burning off karmas. The old karmas also we are slowly burning off.
Dharma mega samadhi.
So this is dharma mega samadhi. This state is called dharma mega samadhi. From sabija samadhi, as we are going toward nirbija samadhi, this intermittent state is called dharma mega samadhi. So there is an interesting. Any questions?
Yeah, so what I understand is that once you are connected to Ishvara, one end, we also read that then it disconnects from your samskara. And in case if you are able to still connect with samskara still not burnt out, that's what this is talking about. Even though there are so many impurities, you are in a dharma mega samadhi where you are connected, but it is equivalent of the other way of doing is, of course, you do a tapa and do the entire thing, you burnt out and then you connect. Whereas here, even without it, if you are connecting, then I assume that we reach dharma mega samadhi. Is that understanding right?
A slight correction I'll do here. See, when we are in sabija samadhi, the impurities are still there. They have not gone away. Prarabdha karma, impurities, the sanskaras are still there. Only thing is, temporarily, all those things are in hibernation, and that is why there are no chitta vrittis. Temporarily, all these programs are in hibernation. And during that process, we connected to the divine, and then we received some prajna, and then we came out of that connectivity. We stayed there only for a few minutes or whatever it was, and we came out of that. But the discernment, the prajna that we received is still there. It has not gone away. So that prajna is what? That vidya. So that vidya is now guiding you not to commit any more karma. You have received sufficient knowledge from above, wisdom from above, which stops you from committing karma, bad or good karma. Is that making sense?
Yeah.
So this could be happening. So this is happening on the side, even when you are not connected. You are not doing any, because of this high level of awareness and discernment. You are not doing any. You are not doing any accumulating any new karmas. So the Dharma Mega Samadhi is, you could be connected, or you when you are connected, this earlier it is more like a tapas, right? When you are connected, many of these karmas are being wiped out, which are in the bag, but are hibernating. Those are slowly being burnt away, one by one. With me?
So this Dharmamik Samadhi is like doing routine work with constant thoughts in mind that this thing I'm doing.
No. See, Dharma Mega Samadhi, that's what I'm saying. There are two things here. One is, because of the discernment, when you're doing your normal duty, you are not going to accumulate any new karma. That has nothing to do with Dharma Mega Samadhi.
But that's what he said. Dharmamik Samadhi is a state where you're
Yes.
doing, but your thoughts are always with
No, Dharma Mega Samadhi, you cannot be, see, when you are connected, you won't be able to do anything else. We saw that, right? Chitta can do only one of the two things. It can either remain connected, or it can do the regular. With or without chitta vrittis, it can do. So, Dharma Mega Samadhi is again a state where you are connected. And then, and you are burning away these karmas, the sanskaras, you are burning away. And that, why we are calling it a Dharma Mega Samadhi? It is being burnt away at a very high rate, at an exponential rate. Akusidasya, at a very high rate. Sidasya means, Kusidasya means that exponential rise. Here it is exponential fall. I mean, the karmas are being burnt, so the karmas are falling at an exponential rate. The sanskaras, rather, I should say. Is it making sense, Mohan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Understood. Yeah.
So let's read this. Probably it will make a little bit more sense. So we can read the entire thing. We have covered all the sutras. So from the initial experience of samadhi, we have read all this. Anyway, we'll read it again. Discriminating knowledge pierces the chitta, but then there still remains the previous patterns. Sanskaras are still there. They are. When we are connected, it is only in hibernation. With the discriminating knowledge, one remains an observer of whatever the sanskaras impel us to do and experience. So now you have come out of the samadhi state and you are doing your daily activities. Because of the discriminating knowledge, now one remains an observer of whatever the sanskara. Observer here means you are still doing the activity, but being an observer. Don't think observer means doing nothing and just only watching. That's an incorrect understanding. Observer means you understand that you are only an instrument in whatever activity you are doing and not claiming ownership to anything. That's what it means. Okay? So, With the discriminating knowledge, one remains an observer of whatever the sanskaras impel us to do and experience. That is why a householder like
You
me,
don't want.
if I make a sambar and somebody comes and I serve them,
That's what it
even if
means.
they don't say, "Oh, your sambar is great," I'm not expecting that because I know that I'm only an instrument in making that.
You don't.
Discriminate.
Whereas if I don't have that discernment,
No black and no white. You don't feel
if
bad.
I don't have that knowledge, then I would expect somebody recognizes and tells me, "Oh, the sambar is excellent. Nobody can do a sambar like you."
So as you're teaching us everything, I mean, are you mega samadhis, dharmas? Have you experienced the samadhi or have you gone to samadhis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is the state which was explained earlier. You don't have everything black and white makes no difference to you for the yogi.
Correct. Exactly. So when the discernment comes, then there is no black and white. Obviously, gray is never there. So there is no black and white. You just do because you have to do it. It's like, the Nike's
Commercial.
catchword phrase. Just do it.
So you don't feel anything.
Meaning?
You don't react.
So when I don't react, I don't feel anything. I don't feel happy.
you
I
must
don't
do it.
feel sad.
Yeah, I mean, you feel fulfilled.
But isn't that a sense of happiness?
You can say that as a sense of happiness or peace, shanti, whatever you want to call it. You
So
are in
those
that-
don't,
there is-
those feelings don't
See,
give you.
even the difference is, Usha, even if I do an activity and that doesn't bring any fruits, I'm still fulfilled. I'm still peaceful. I'm not disturbed.
That's why it says that prevents new karma.
See,
No, I
normally,
understand, but I'm trying to see the feeling of, say, I do something, whatever. Let's take the example of making a sambar. I do the sambar well with what we call a lot of attention and I'm happy with what I have done.
Mhm.
I'm not looking for somebody else to praise me, but I'm happy.
So this happiness, that's what I'm saying. When you say happy, I'm saying that happiness stays with you all through the day. That's all I'm trying to say. It's not based on any activity that you do.
Is that punya?
Huh?
When I feel happy with something I have done,
Uh,
it is like I'm not expecting it from others, but I have a sense of fulfillment. Is that like good karma, accumulation of good karma?
no, good karma is when you pat yourself on your back and you say, "Oh, I have done a fantastic job."
Yeah, I don't tell it to others, but I feel proud of what I have done.
Then that is good karma. Yes, you are accumulating good karma.
So I have to be able to say that today I was able to do whatever it is by the grace of God.
Yes.
No, as a duty, you are done.
As a duty. Okay. That's my duty. I have done it.
Yes. That's it. No recognition, no patting on the back.
What you are saying.
Yeah. So there is a saying, not saying, one idiomatic use, Jadam Madri Irka. So is that what we will become?
Huh? Jadam madri irukka. No. No.
No, it should not be that, right? I mean, I have to be actively engaged with my surroundings.
See, Jadam madri irukka means Jadam. Jadam means no life. When I am fulfilled and when I am happy, how will I be a Jadam? It will show on me, right? It will show in my body language. It will show on my face.
That I'm happy with myself. No, I'm not happy with myself. I am happy.
You're happy with yourself. Absolutely, you're happy with yourself. You are in bliss. You are fulfilled. Only thing is, you are not patting yourself on the back saying, "Oh, I did a great job 5 minutes back. Oh, now after 10 minutes, I have done another great job." You don't pat yourself on the back. You just do things as they come. You finish. It is a responsibility that you have to fulfill. You do that.
If you do a good sambar, I mean, you are happy inside, but some people who eat this and they praise you. Happiness comes inside from you too. Also, somebody
See,
praising
the
you.
fact that somebody is saying something good about you, and you say, "Oh, they are saying very good things about me." What does it mean? Immediately, it means that you have done it, not that the Ishvara has done it through you. That has to be reinforced all the time. That Ishvara, I was just an instrument. Ishvara used me as a tool to do that for this person. I will give an example. Yesterday, I went to this Holy Communion, right? I was just saying before the start of the class. I went to Holy Communion. It's a Catholic child, 10 years old child. So after everything was over, the mass was for about an hour or so. At the end of it, I was just waiting to congratulate the father and mother. Both of them worked with me in time. So as everybody walked out, and I congratulated him, and then his wife, she was 15-20 feet behind him, and then when she came, she saw me and she acknowledged me, and then she simply broke down. She just broke down.
It's important to know what is the next one.
Then I kind of comforted her, and she hugged me, and then then she said, on the stage when she was speaking, she said that some of you here were like parents to me. She said that. And then when I was talking to her one-on-one, she said, "Kumar, that particular sentence was in reference to you. That you acted as a parent to me when we had very difficult time." I mean, it happened, 10, 15, 12, 13, 14 years back. And she remembers, and she broke down, and I was with her for some time. So this is an incident. Immediately, I can pat myself in the back. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. If I pat myself in the back and say, "Kumar, you have done a wonderful job of counseling this couple, and now because of you, they had a child, and now the child is 10 years old. They have done a Holy Communion, and so many people have come. Everybody is congratulating them. It's only because of me this has happened." That brings excellent good karma. Do we want it? Do I want it? No, I don't want it. Because I'm only a tool. Anyone in that situation with that kind of, basic knowledge based on Patanjali Yoga Sutras would have helped them. Kumar happened to be there because I happened to be in Tampa, and they happened to be in Tampa, and they came in touch with me, and I was able to help them through Ishvara.
But you are.
But they are Catholics, right? They are Catholics. So they believe in the Father in heaven. So what is Ishvara to me is Father in heaven for them. So when I speak to them, I'll use that terminology to them.
But
Because
is
it
that-
doesn't matter. The same thing is called by different names. What is Father in heaven for them is Ishvara for us. It is Allah for Islamic people. Yahweh for Jews.
But you get personal satisfaction that you did it. That no, inside nobody praise you. I mean, but you always in a
That
joy.
is what I'm calling as there is no patting in the back in that personal satisfaction.
No, but
There is
still you have
fulfillment. There is shanti. There is bliss. There is happiness.
there is no inner joy from inside. From I
It is
mean,
always there, right? That is all. That is always there. That inner joy will always be there. Not because I accomplished this. Whether, see, I counseled them 12 years back. Even supposing it did not work out, I will still be in bliss. That is all I'm trying to tell you. Because there is the understanding in me that it is not happening because of me. I can only give them guidelines and give them the truth. That's all I can do. As an instrument, that's all I can do. This is what generally counselors will do. When things work out, they will claim it's only because of them those couples are living a happy life. When couples break up, even with the counseling, then they'll say, "Oh, unfortunately, it is their problem."
So when I feel happy about, say, go back to the case of sambar. So if I'm happy about that doing the sambar,
Yeah.
it's not because somebody likes it, but because I like it.
No, why should there be a reason? That's all I'm saying.
No, because all these years we are happy when something happens. We are never
That's what-
happy without anything happening.
No, what I'm saying is be happy even when nothing happens. Even when nothing is happening, something is happening, actually. You're by yourself. You're enjoying that aloneness. There's an opportunity to go into meditation, whatever. That happiness can stay with you all the wakeful hours. Why does it have to go up and down? Doesn't really have to go up and down. There may be a ripple here and there. I'm not saying no. I don't need anybody in the house to be happy. That's all I'm saying. I don't need any interaction for me to be happy.
Okay.
Is it making sense?
Yeah, I'm trying to understand it. Yes.
See, these are all things we have to experience. Very hard to explain.
No, the reasoning, I mean, this is what I thought so far.
There is nothing. See, I make a sambar and I eat. Even while making sambar, I'm happy. And at the flavor of sambar, I'm happy. And then when I eat, I'm happy. Where is the question of happiness having gone?
Okay. So it is nothing to do with the activities I engage in. It is irrespective of the activity.
Exactly. See, that's why I always use the word tool and I always use this screwdriver thing. Is the screwdriver going to be happy because it tightened a platinum screw or a gold screw or a steel screw?
Or did not do any work at all.
Huh?
Either it does work or it doesn't do any work. It is just lying
But
idle.
its state is the same, correct? State is the
Yeah.
same.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That doesn't, but don't equate it to being a jadam. That's all I'm saying.
No, I got it, but I'm trying to see because we have lived our life in a particular way, right? I mean,
Yeah, it is difficult. Yes, that's why I say you have to experience it.
with inputs from the environment.
Yeah,
we can.
Yeah.
That
Environment
inputs
is
is something
always
we
the
can't ignore.
inputs. Yeah, environmental inputs are always there. They keep coming.
Got it. Yeah.
Any questions, anyone? Okay.
Yes,
You have
sir.
beaten it to death, I think. Oh, okay. Yeah.
But one question I have, sir. Earlier you told an example regarding a person will take a watch or pawn something and give 500 rupees. In that, before taking the watch and giving the money, the person will tell all the conditions to the other person, right?
Yes.
So if he agrees only, he gives that watch and the trade will happen. Like 500 rupees they give and watch, he will take it.
Yeah, correct.
So it is without telling, he takes the watch and take the 100 rupees. That is not dharmic, but that is not dharmic. But if he tells everything, the person who takes the loan agrees, then is there anything wrong in that? I don't see what is wrong in that.
I didn't say anything wrong. Did I say anything wrong? I only used that as an example to tell you
Mm,
the exponential nature
mm.
of how the
Interest.
interest rises.
Mm. But he tells the interest. Suppose bank is giving 4% interest. If I have very bad credit with the bank, I already have like 1 lakh rupee loan with the bank. I need 10,000 rupees emergency. Bank is not giving, so I have to pay more
No, we are
interest.
not talking about dharma here,
Mm,
Madhavi. We are
mm,
simply focusing on the exponential nature,
mm,
how it is rising so quickly, the interest rate, the interest part, how it is rising so quickly as you postpone payment. That is what I was trying to show. And in this case, it is inversely coming down. Inversely exponentially
yeah.
it is coming down because you are in Dharma Mega Samadhi. It is quickly burning away all the sanskaras. It has nothing to do with, we are not talking about Dharma. Maybe I used the wrong example.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay. But in case somebody does that thing, if they tell us in advance, this is the interest rate you have to pay, that is correct or not?
You tell me,
Mm,
I am a businessman,
mm,
okay,
mm,
and I grow
mm,
vegetables.
mm,
The cost price for me of a vegetable per pound is $1, but I sell it for $3.
mm.
Is it the adharma?
Adharma means suppose if you grow vegetables in New York, $3 is
No, no, no.
okay. If
Yeah, no,
you
forget about all that.
mm,
Answer this question.
mm. Everything depends upon the place, sir. Not like everywhere gold should be same, not gold. Anything you take tomatoes,
No,
it
no, no.
should be
Wait,
same
wait, wait.
$1
You're
everywhere.
going, you're beating about the bush.
Mm,
Answer my question.
mm,
The cost price for me per kilo of that vegetable is $1
mm,
because I harvested from home. I sell it for $3. Is it adharma? That is my question.
Because you are doing business, so like people, business is this is your when businessmen do the business or the profit, so it is his dharma to
It
make
is
a business,
dharma.
make
It is
profit.
dharmic. I must have a
mm,
profit. Who will take care of my, how will I eat otherwise?
mm,
How will I take care of my other expenses? I have children. I have
mm,
a wife. I mean, I'm also a householder.
mm,
Okay. The very dharmic way of doing this is I take all the vegetables, I make it into 1 kilo or half a kilo piles. I keep it there. I don't put any price.
mm,
Then I tell people, you pay whatever you want.
mm,
Okay. Let us say somebody pays 50 cents.
mm,
Somebody pays $10 for 1 kilo. Somebody takes a bag without paying anything. And finally, at the end of the day, I get only $10, let us say, or $15 I get.
mm,
Whereas if I had put a price, I would have got $40 or $50 I would have made.
mm,
So how long can I sustain like that? I cannot, right?
mm.
So that's why I come up with the price. See, why I am saying this is in earlier hundreds of years back, especially in villages, they never had any price for anything. They would come and somebody, if they have, if they grow vegetable, they will come and give vegetables, and in return somebody
Trade.
barter trade, right? They would give what they have with them.
Mm.
Barter system.
Yes. Even in that barter system, you can kind of, if you can show your smartness
Mm.
and give them less than what they should be getting.
Mhm.
When
So it all finally comes down to the dharma in each person, integrity in each person.
Mhm.
Mm. So if the world were perfect, that's what we call as utopia, right? If it was perfect, then we did not have price for anything. We need not have insurance. You go to a doctor will look at you and he will treat you. And then you give whatever you want to give. If you don't give anything also, the doctor will say nothing. He will say, okay, I'm glad I was able to help you. That is utopia. So we have to see dharma in a proper perspective. That's all I'm saying. Okay?
Okay, sir.
when I was young in childhood, I go to village. At that time, there is no money involved, and all services.
Yes.
The barber comes at home, give
Yes.
free, but you give what is required. What you have, you have like corn, you give them, or you have priest, you give him free service for his when he required. So this kind I experienced, when I was in child in my village.
Yes. So the last sutra for the day, Sutra 30, we'll stop here right after this. Tataha klesha karma nivrittihi. Very simple sutra. I don't even have to explain. You understand. I think straight away you'll understand. So tataha, from this, thus, whatever you want to say, klesha karma nivrittihi. Klesha, we know impurities. Karma, we know the karmic patterns. So together the samskaras, klesha karma and vasanas. Nivritti. Nivritti is release or detachment. So from all this, based on the Dharma Mega Samadhi, from that, because we have been in Dharma Mega Samadhi for a long period of time, from that is release from the impurities. All impurities, kleshas, karmas, everything has gone. Everything has been burnt away. I'll stop here. Any questions? Stop the share. Any question?
New class you put in your WhatsApp. When you going to start the new one?
Around July 2nd week.
July
Or
7th.
second, after July 2nd week, somewhere between July 15th and maybe July end.
But the same thing we are doing, same thing again and again, right? That's what it is.
I want to do the other one. This is level 1 course is what we are doing right now. I want to do a level 2 course, but I have not come up, meaning the syllabus for that has not yet been revealed to me.
Okay.
So I'm still pondering on that. So I would like to start both around that time, around the same time. The level 1 class and level 2 class. Both I would like to start around the same time. Where is Tatiana? She is not here today. Okay. Because Tatiana has given me an auspicious date. She has looked at everything. And she said, start on this day.
Astrology.
Yeah. So I would like to do that so that I can start both classes. If I can, I will do on that day. If not, for the level 2, I will look for another opportunity. I will give Tatiana more work. Not that she needs it, but she is very interested. She by herself she offered and she did it. Very. So it's a very fulfilling thing for her. So is there a personal Is there any personal profit for me in this?
Yeah,
No.
satisfaction.
No. So that's why I never asked. She offered, and then I said, okay, please do it. If it was something personal, then it becomes a kind of I scratch your back, you scratch my back. Oh, you have taught me Patanjali Yoga Sutras for a year. Well, I will do some personal favor for you, right? So if I have to take anything personal from her, I'll pay the fee. That is dharma.
Okay, Kumarji, I have to leave.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you. See you next Saturday.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So any questions? These are very nice and deep sutras, clarifying many things, which was probably cloudy. Now it is getting clarified. Dharma Mega Samadhi. A very interesting name for this state. Mega is clouds, right? Mega. Dharma Mega. You are in the Mega of Dharma because you are connected with the divine, and then so Dharma is whatever is coming from there is all fully Dharma, Dharmic teachings that are coming. The Prajna is all Dharmic. So you are in because of this connectivity. The connectivity is with, you can say, clouds, right? Because the connectivity with something beyond us. So that's why it says Dharma Mega Samadhi.
Hey, Kumar, what's the difference between Dharma Mega Samadhi and Sabija Samadhi? I'm sure you said it before.
Sabija Samadhi, Dharma Mega Samadhi is a slightly higher state. It is, like I said, it is a in-between state between Sabija Samadhi and Nirbija Samadhi. Sabija Samadhi means you need a seed to get into that. How do we get into any Samadhi state? We start from Dharana. Right? Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. The Samyama. One does the Samyama. So to get into Dharana, you need a seed. It could be a mantra, or it could be a picture, it could be an idol, whatever one has picked. So one can get into the Sabija Samadhi state. And during that state, when you are in Samadhi, all the samskaras are in a state of hibernation. And then you ask some question, you get some answer, and Sabija Samadhi by itself doesn't last too long. Unlike Nirbija Samadhi, where it can be for days, months, sometimes. Like in the case of Ramana Maharishi. I mean, it is only an estimate that he was hugging the idol and he was in that state for a few months. 2 months or whatever, 2 months or 3 months, whatever. That's only an estimate. No one knows for sure, I think. Whereas Sabija Samadhi, by nature, is not a very long-lasting one. So, this Dharma Mega Samadhi is a place where as long as you are staying in that state, the samskaras are getting burnt off on an exponential basis. So, Dr. Rajan's karma, what is it called? Karma technique or karma process. So, it is also some kind of a Dharma Mega Samadhi state, because you are understanding whatever he is asking you to do, doing everything internally. Did I answer your question, Srivats?
Yes, you did, Kumar. I'm trying to be silent and thinking about it, but yes, thank you.
Okay. So, as you burn away all these sanskaras, both the prarabdha samskara and the sanchita samskara, all that as you burn off, then you will get to a state where the sanskara bag is completely empty. And that purity level we saw as pravritti state, right? In chapter 3, we saw that pravritti, he said, the state of pravritti, where the purity is of the person. If I get to that state, the purity, because all the samskaras are gone, now only the set of chitta is there. Only chitta is there. All the problem-causing programs are all gone. So this chitta now is so pure. The purity of this is almost equivalent to that of Ishvara. Very high state. So Nirbija Samadhi is that state.
Thanks, that helps.
Okay. So most likely, in all probabilities, we will be completing our 4th chapter next Saturday. So the last, I think 4 or 5 sutras are the 31st sutras in this chapter. So it's a short chapter.
Kumarji,
So we will finish. Yes,
Kumarji,
Shashi.
can you explain stone has a chitta?
I cannot hear you at all. Hold on. Let
She
me.
posted the question in the chat and she's asking, stone has
Oh.
chitta. Shashiji.
Okay. So everything in this prapanjam, everything in this universe has chitta. Everything, living, non-living, everything has chitta. The non-living, the only difference between living things and non-living things is the non-living things don't have chetana. That's the only difference. Otherwise, they also have, all of them have chitta. The chitta is needed for anything to be in what we see it as. For us to see a stone, it has to have chitta, otherwise we cannot see it.
So, are you telling that dead body who are buried, they have chitta? People who buried, they have chitta?
The people who are buried, do they have chitta?
Okay. So I am, right now, do I have chitta?
Yes.
Yes, correct? All of us have chitta, correct? What is when you say buried, that means they are dead. the person is dead. So when I die, when we say a person is dead or something is dead, even a plant for that matter, when do you say it is dead? Only when the chitta has left it.
In that case, stone has no life. Stone
Huh?
has no life.
Stone has no life.
Stone has no life. That is in our scientific thinking. So stone can remain forever. Stone can remain forever. But mathematically, if you look at it, nothing is permanent in this universe. So stone can also wither away slowly because of heat, the water. It can slowly wither away. Right? We have seen, if you look at this huge rivers on the sides, you can see marks where the river has flown and it has kind of eroded the stone. It has washed away some part of the stone.
But same thing with the dead body.
Huh?
In the Egypt pyramid, they have buried body. In
Where
Egypt,
is
In
my
Egypt,
interpreter?
in Egypt,
pyramid has a body buried under it.
in
Madhavi is laugh.
Egypt pyramid, they bury the bodies, she says.
Huh? It is?
In Egypt pyramid, they buried the bodies.
Yeah, buried the body. They buried the body. They put the body remains. That's all. There is no life to that body, correct? Is there life to those mummies which are 1,000 years old? There is no life.
No.
The body is there.
But,
So the chitta has left.
but same
We have
thing,
retained the body.
but I see the same thing in the dead tree. The wood is there. In a dead tree, dry tree has a
In dead tree, it has same thing like that, sis.
Dead tree?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. The chitta is gone, but the tree is there. Yes. So that is why we use it as a firewood. All that we do. A green tree, if there is a green tree, if you take it, if you chop off a branch and you try to come and burn it, it won't burn that easily, right? Because it has got moisture in it. So you have to understand when when we say is dead, means the chitta has left it. Chitta is gone. Oh, you are muted, Shashi.
petrified forest has a trees, they become a stone.
What stone?
Petrified forest in the Utah area, the tree fell for a long time and buried under the, they turn into stone.
Where is my interpreter?
Dead tree will fall and after some time it will turn into stone. That's what I understood. So.
That's right.
No, the tree need not become a. Why should the tree become a stone? It did
Because
not
they are
become a
so much
stone.
pressure.
It did not become a stone.
Well, they are similar to glass. Glass. And if you look at the glass, it looks like a stone. That's what they are saying when you go there. That's what they are explaining.
See, the tree, once it falls on the ground, it can get burnt and become charcoal too.
That's true, but in that case, there's a petrified forest.
Yeah. So we have also see there are two aspects to anything: the chitta, and then the physical body is there. So the physical body can deteriorate over a period of time. Once the chitta leaves, The physical body can deteriorate and become part of the universe. It becomes part of the universe. I'm not understanding your question. What you're trying to get at, I'm not understanding.
I'm trying to understand the stone has a chitta. Or stone has a chitta.
He's
Stone has
trying to
yes.
chitta.
Yeah, stone has a chitta, yes.
That I cannot understand.
That you are not able to understand, that stone has a chitta.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Anything in this universe has a chitta. Without chitta, nothing will be there. Everything has a chitta.
Hey,
So I
Kumar,
said,
Kumar, sorry.
only the living things, in addition to chitta, living things have chetana. That's the only difference between living things and non-living things.
Hey, Kumar,
Yes.
I want to add on to the question. If
Mm.
the stone has chitta, we agree,
Yes. Yeah.
then when a human dies,
Yes.
the human's chitta is gone. Does the body have chitta? Because I can see the body. The body exists, right?
Yeah.
So does it have chitta separate from the human?
No. The only type of chitta the body has is, what is the body made of?
Atoms.
Huh?
Atoms.
Yeah, I mean, not. Yeah, you're right in a way. Yes. It is made of elements, different kinds of
Yes.
elements.
Yes.
Okay. And all those elements, the different kinds of elements, they all have individual chittas. We are not talking about those elements chittas now. We are only talking about the main chitta that was there in the human body that has left.
Okay. Then what you just said is comparable to a stone. The stone has individual chittas, which we're able to perceive.
Yes.
Thank you.
See, how did this, what is the, you have to go back. How is the stone existing? Stone is actually made of silica, right? Silica, that is the element. So all the silica atoms, they came together. Not only the silica atom by itself has a chitta, then the silica atoms came together because of some modification in their chitta and became a stone. We saw this when we did the few sutras back. We talked about this, how certain elements, they can modify themselves by heating or cooling or whatever it is. See, all this confusion is coming, is good, but this confusion is coming because of lack of clarity. That's why all this, some of these questions. So chitta, the chitta that we are talking about is the chitta which is driving this body. In addition to that, the body itself is made of elements. And each of those elements, if we go break down, finally we come to the subatomic particle. And each element is having its own chitta. Otherwise, it cannot exist as calcium. Otherwise, it cannot exist as carbon. Chetana. Chetana is that ability to reprogram itself. That the stone doesn't have. Non-living things don't have that ability. What is this artificial, what is it program to reprogram oneself? From a human perspective, we have all these kleshas. And then we come to know, oh, because of these impurities, I'm not able to get in touch with the divine. This is preventing me. And this is the reason why I have all this. When I close my eyes, so much of vrittis. So then you start working on them, and through a mantra or through looking at a picture or whatever, that creates a new program. And what does that program do? That new program, when it is created and it becomes really bug free, then that program kind of silences all the other programs, so that the chitta vrittis are not active when you invoke this new program that you have created. This new program you have created yourself. When I say you have created, the chitta is created by itself. That is what we are calling as artificial intelligence. That is what we are calling as Chetana. Today, on your laptop or in your cell phone, you ask a question. So you say artificial intelligence is answering this question. So what is the meaning of that? So the artificial intelligence here and there, it has to modify itself to get that answer for you. It's not only looking at different databases, it also has to modify itself sometimes. Not everything is there in the code. Is it making any sense, what I'm saying? Or is it making too much sense?
Okay, that helps, Kumar. At least for me, that helps.
Okay, thank you.
So this is the first time I'm hearing about chitta for an element. So now I have to, I'm getting confused.
Chitta for an element?
You said just now. See, I thought body has a chitta. So the chitta is the soul.
Body has a chitta. We saw in the periodic table, didn't we see this? We said
No,
gold.
no.
Why is gold? Why is gold gold? And why is carbon a carbon? At the
So those
if you go right up to the particle
properties,
level,
right? We
if
are
you go
looking
right
at
up to the
properties.
particle level, subatomic level, the same electron exists in gold, the same electron exists in carbon, the same electron exists in platinum, same electron exists in uranium. No difference between the electrons, protons, and neutrons. Why does gold have so many electrons, neutrons, and protons in its atom compared to carbon or gold or silver, whatever, silver or other uranium, whatever, other materials? The fact that gold has 46 or something like 45, 46, whatever it is. Why its atomic number is 46 is because of the chitta in gold.
Okay.
So in our body, we have all these elements. So they are all small centers having all these elements are there. But for these elements to function, there has to be a higher program. And that is the one is our chitta, which is making all these things function. And function in a way it is useful and not useless. Yes, people.
Sir, yeah.
Yes, Rajeshri.
Yeah, sir, can we say like any form which is naturally existing changes its form has no chitta? Like the tree, once it is dead, we see that it's dead, but then it's in a form. Like stone, you said it has a chitta. So tree also has a chitta. Now when tree...
Wait, hold on. Is tree a living thing or a non-living thing?
It is a living thing.
It is a living thing. So it has got chitta and chetana.
Yes.
Why does it have a chetana? How do we know
Because
that it
it's
has
a
got a
living
chetana?
thing.
Huh?
Yeah, it's a living thing. Yeah.
Huh?
Because it's a living thing.
Huh?
Because it's a living thing, it has chetana.
Yeah, but what I'm asking is, how do we understand that it has got a chetana? How do we understand? You have done this experiment in school. That's why I'm asking.
It grows.
Yeah, touch me not tree, like touch me not. The best
Okay.
example is, yeah.
Okay, that is one example.
Yeah.
But in the school, we did this exam. We did this experiment. Oh, I think almost everyone, because it's a very easy experiment to do. See the ability. See, if I am standing on the road and a car comes, what do I do, Rajeshri? Do I still stand like a stone?
No.
What do I do?
Sorry, sir, I didn't hear that. I'm with
No,
my
no.
grandchildren.
If I am on the street and a car comes, and if a car comes, what do I do?
You move. It's involuntarily.
Huh?
You react. You react. You move away.
You move, I move away. But if it is a stone, does it move?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't move. So this is what we are calling as artificial intelligence. That is, although you call it involuntary action, it is a kind of a artificial intelligence where quickly I react to the situation.
Yes.
Quickly I am reprogrammed to move away, step away from danger, right?
Yes.
So this kind of moving away is dependent on all living things may not respond as swiftly as a human being, or they may respond more swiftly than a human being, right?
Yes, sir.
If you take animals, they will probably take evasive action even before they see the object coming towards them, because they are so good at getting the vibration. So they will move away. But if you keep a living plant, will it move?
No.
Then why are we calling it a living thing? Then should we not call it as a non-living thing?
Okay, then we can put it this way. Anything which feels, which can feel, is a living thing.
So that's why I said artificial intelligence is at different levels in living things. All living things don't have it at the same level. So as a human being, I can respond quickly. As an animal, I respond even more quickly. Even swifter than human beings, animals respond. When it comes to a plant, it cannot respond so swiftly. But whereas this is why I asked if you did this experiment. So plants need sunlight for growth, correct? You take a small plant and try to put it in shade, then it will bend towards sunlight. But it will take time. It will take a few weeks before you will see the bend, correct? Have you seen that?
Yes.
Have you done this experiment or no?
We did that, sir.
You did not. You did. Okay. So that is the level of artificial intelligence in plants. So it takes weeks for it to do that. Will a stone do that? It's burning hot, 110 degrees temperature, heat all through the day, like in some parts of the world. Can it move away? Does it move away even after 10 years? No, it doesn't. Because it has no chetna. Did I answer your question, Rajashri?
Yes, sir. There are many doubts, sir, still. Don't know how to put the questions, actually.
There are many doubts. Then don't go away. Why are you going away with doubts? See, when the tree dies, what I was telling was, when I die, my chitta leaves the body. When the chitta leaves the body is no longer active. The body is dead. Correct?
Yes.
Same thing for the plant also, or the tree, whatever you want to call it. But the physical tree is still there, just like the physical body.
Yes, sir.
Is it not?
Yes, sir.
So the physical body, what is it made of? It is made of elements. So is the tree. And these elements are all the ones that we saw in the periodic table. It's made up of many of those elements. What I'm saying is, each of those elements also have a chitta in them. That's all I'm trying to say. Don't think that chitta is the same as our chitta. The chitta in the element is different from the chitta that we have. I want you to understand that chitta are at different levels. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Prakriti launches chittas. We saw the sutra in this chapter. She launches the chittas, and all chittas need not be the same. So for a plant, whatever is needed, that chitta is launched.
So there are different chitta in different stone, like a marbles.
Yeah. See, human chittas by and large are the same. The only difference is our samskaras. Whereas a plant chitta is not the same as our chitta.
No, but stone chitta, different kind of stone has a different chitta, the same. Different kind of stone have a different chitta.
No, her question is like marble has a different, mosaic has different chitta, like that she's asking. Sir. Different stone has different chitta.
Yes. See, all these things will become clear when clarity comes. And when will clarity come? When we review the sutras again and again and understand it in the proper way. Then the clarity will come. Any other questions, concerns? You're all going to be graduates of Patanjali Yoga Sutra next Saturday. Maybe we should have a graduation ceremony.
No summer holidays.
Huh?
No summer holidays. Immediately classes start.
No, classes are starting only in July. So
But before graduation should come exam, no?
yeah.
That's why we are all keeping quiet.
No. So you are thinking that I will out the questions, leak the questions. Huh?
Or you will tell that you have graded us through all this last so many classes.
No, I'm a very compassionate teacher. I don't conduct exams. So these are all the exams, all these questions and answers, and my re-questioning them, all of you. Those are the questions. The basic thing is understanding all this is not easy, because we are trying to walk into an area where we have not been exposed to. And many of the things that we say initially, at least, it feels completely tangential to what we know scientifically. So it's very difficult. Initially, you have to fight with that. And slowly, over a period of time, hopefully that fight, that conflict has come down. That's my hope. And that's why with wherever we can, like in the periodic table and things like that, we have presented scientific evidence to prove the sutras. And that's why we talk about vibrations and how, and then we take audio, video. I mean, we take vibrations in a scientific way. We have looked at vibration, and then we say how chittas, all these vibrations, up and down vibrations. If you put a equal and opposite vibration, it can be quelled. And that's what we are calling as the seed or the mantra. And that's how dharana comes in. And the process of dharana, slowly in the process of dharana, as it's become stronger and stronger, the equal and opposite vibration, as it quells the chitta vrittis, you get into a state of dhyana. All these things you have to understand and ponder and experience. See, at the end of the class, next Saturday when we conclude the 4 or 5 sutras that we have, you should all be ready to go and talk. Give a lecture on Patanjali Yoga Sutra, conduct a class. Tammy is laughing. So that was my expectation when I went to the first Yoga Sutra class, and it did not happen. That doesn't mean it cannot happen to others. Certainly not. Like the sutra, in the first sutra itself, it says that. The second sutra itself says that, right? Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. If you have understood the sutra in full, then there is nothing more to be done. So, okay, people. So I've given enough. Any parting questions before I shut down and bid goodbye to all of you for a week? What, Yogeshwaran, are we talking at 10 o'clock? Or tomorrow?
Yeah, we can do it tonight.
Okay.
Thank you,
That is
Kumar.
7:30 or 7:30 for you, right?
7:30, yeah, or 8:30.
Huh? You want to do it at 8:30?
8:30.
So that means 11 a.m. for me. Okay, that's fine too.
Kumar.
Yes, Tammy.
So I'll attend whatever course you have coming next. 1 or 2, however you work it out. Just we'll watch the chat then, right? For same time,
Yeah,
same
the
year.
level 2 You want to attend the level 1 or level 2 or both?
Well,
Both.
practice level 2 and level 1. Got it.
I mean, you need 48 hours a day to do all.
Yeah,
I mean,
so just one, but
yeah, one will be good.
yeah.
I mean, if you want to attend both, that's fine, but you attended plenty of level 1 courses. So by now, you should be pretty thorough. I mean, the only difficulty for you is the language. Yeah, because
And
it
the
is a Sanskrit.
sharing, like you said, you'd be able to teach it, right? It's about being present with the distinctions more often than not is like the practice, and then how to express, right? Isn't it more about being teaching? I have to acknowledge you and thank you for all the work that you've put into this and showed up, and all the years that you've been working with this to fine tune it. And I think you've done a really good job, and your passion, and everyone else here that comes and brings the questions, it really does help everybody. So don't ever feel bad that there's no stupid questions, even though sometimes it seems like we're asking stupid questions. Yeah. So
No one has questioned me about this dead chitta, dead trees, and all that. All that. So today that was a learning for me myself.
Mohan, you've been a remarkable contribution to this as well. The periodic table experience really
Absolutely.
opened my eyes.
So, yeah, I'll tell you something now, two things. Okay. The way I see it, it's not very complicated, even though we heard, saying that chittas are different, this is different. I mean, I somehow I connect everything to what I know, physics and science, right? So if you look at it, atom, subatomic, there are so many particles. There are forces, there is energy. Let's start with the energy. Energy, then there are forces, then the way they react to the forces or the field. And when it forms an element like atom, even though atoms are all same way they are formed, they are not same. Each atom has because of different constitution. And when they put them together, the molecules are different.
Correct.
Like, for example, hydrogen is different, oxygen is different, water is totally different. The property is different. So if you build up like that, at every stage, it makes a big difference. So when it comes to a plant or animal, to life and to us, so if you look at actually, if you try to define anything that is actually responding to an external trigger, could be photon, could be proton, could be water, could be a molecule, anything, then they all, kind of respond back to that. They trigger, then there is a response. If you look at, for example, a tree has got chemical sensors. Tree has response to water. Tree responds to where is the tree's girth comes from. I mean, where is it coming from? Is it from water? Is it from soil? No, it's from carbon dioxide, right? So they all have a way to react or respond, and then they grow, whatever it is, till they die. Once they dies, then it only decays. A stone, for example, cannot respond to any other trigger, a chemical or photon or anything. It cannot react. It can react only to one force. You chisel it or you hit it, then only it changes. So if you understand, then we know how the chitta can be different, how the chittas react in a different way. For a stone can be different, and they're all different. You cannot say that my chitta is same as a carbon chitta. Carbon chitta is different, or carbon energy, carbon, everything is different. Finally, coming back to what we have been studying so far, the entire PYS is just only two or three things: a reaction, Don't react. So not to react so much. Then it talks about niyama, then detachment and everything. Because the entire reaction comes from one small thing called attachment, which gives rise to desire, gives rise to anger, gives rise to anything. So if you can manage that, initially we have to control it by various ways. Meditation. PYS then talks about various ways by which you can manage it. Once you have done that, at some point, then you reach a level where the last part of it is, the black or white, you don't react. It doesn't mean that they are same. Never assume PYS is telling you good and bad are same. No, it only says that as a yogi, you do not react to good or bad, but you take it the same way, which means if you look at it, your band becomes narrower and narrower. You are happy with good thing, you are probably sad with some bad thing, but the band is so narrow, you don't react. You treat everything as same, you accept. So there are only two things: don't react, accept. Acceptance of a natural thing is the guna. Everything has a guna, whether it is a rain or whether a storm, whether it is a stone, everything has got these three gunas already embedded. Accept it. That is what it says finally. I mean, this is my take. I do not know what Kumar's interpretation will be, but so if you understand this, then you understand how they can be all different, how they are all, how do you manage them, how do you look at it, what do you do? That's my take.
Mohan,
Yes.
when you were saying this is next level, right? So it's a good segue. I've started exploring what I'm calling human weather. And when you were saying about the rain and the storm, and the gunas, right? So we could almost see in a reaction and what is rain, what does a storm look like? And so, yeah, I've been writing about that a lot. So that was good. Good analogy. And that's what it's about, is having that relatable material where people, we get, and it comes when it's your time to get it. And so that was pretty cool to have
Hi.
you second that.
Okay, Srivat. Bye. See, the aspect of teaching, it's not so much teaching, it is actually, Tammy mentioned that it is sharing. So when I understood all this, then I said, "Oh, how can I keep quiet? I find so many in the class not having this understanding of so many things that has been said in the class." So that's how it started. And what a journey it has been, and what a journey it is, and what a journey it will be. In addition to this, I'm also, when I say Don and I are also planning a retreat. We don't know the format yet. The entire thing is in a very formative state at this point of time. I have submitted a white paper to her saying that, okay, go through all this and tell me how we can have this retreat. So we'll see. That's also there in the pipeline. The fact that Dr. Rajan is driving distance from Tampa gives more possibilities without being expensive for people. See, after all, that also matters, right? When we have to put down some money, it also matters. So we have to work through all that. And I also don't want to, and I also want to do it in such a way that new people, existing people everybody benefits. So there has to be a change in the structure in how it is done. Generally, Dr. Rajan's retreats, classes, no two class will be the same. Although the contents that he publishes might look, oh, I have done this. When you go to the class, you will find that, oh, this is different, that is different. I didn't hear this earlier. Or even if I heard it, I didn't hear it in this context. And now, this is expanding my understanding. So, despite all that, when we want to conduct a retreat, if we say only for people who already know or who have already attended classes and things like that, then that takes away 50% of the participation. So we want newcomers also. So we are going through. We have just started the process. Only yesterday or day before. Yesterday, I think I submitted the white paper to her. We talked about this 2 weeks back, and then I said, let me come back to you. And then yesterday I sent my notes. So she said, oh, okay. You have put a big canvas and painted here and there. Let me try to connect everything and see. And as part of that, I also told her that we cannot run a retreat and then disconnect. Meaning, we don't want people to disconnect. So we have to have a continuous process, weekly or bi-weekly, where we meet those people who came to the retreat and talk to them and keep them engaged in what they have learned. Because for many, normally what I would say, people who attend the retreats for the first time, I would tell them, hey, best way for you to be in touch is to attend the daily Life in Yoga class, either morning or evening. But for many, both morning and evening the timings are inconvenient for whatever reasons. So I tell them, okay, if that is so, use the YouTube and do it. To do the YouTube, I think it needs a lot of discipline. Because it is a recorded one, you always tend to, when it is recorded, you always tend to postpone it. Oh, I can do it half an hour later. I can do it 1 hour later. And after, I can do it at 9 o'clock in the evening. And then then you're physically tired. You will say, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. And it never, whereas if it's at a fixed time and live, you like to do it. You have to, if there is no other option, I'm saying, if there's no other option, you will be part of it. So this is something that I'm trying to, we're trying to come up with, where after the retreat, at least once a week, we meet on a particular day, or once in 2 weeks, we meet on a particular day for a couple of hours, like what we did as a retreat a couple of weeks back, something like that. We met for about 3-4 hours. It doesn't have to be that long. It can be just an hour or two, depending on everyone's availability. But this is where we address all their concerns, why they cannot do certain things and how to do it. Because how you bring these principles into day-to-day life, unless you do that, you can grow. If you think that this is, only Saturday morning 7 to 9, it's never going to work that way. It has to be seen in the daily light. How to do that? It's easy for me to say, you have to do it on a day-to-day basis, blah, blah, blah. But consistently, we have to have some structure or some notes to tell them, hey, this is how you do it on a day-to-day basis. Those things I think are lacking as of now. That's what I think. So I wish to address all that as part of the continuous support that I would like to provide to the retreat attendees. It's not only retreat attendees. Anybody who has attended Patanjali Yoga Sutra class are welcome to come to those contact classes. So let's see where it all leads us to.
And that's really important. When we're talking about the sutras, we're taking a new disposition on life, right? We're taking this commitment. And when we show up for the commitment and we set that intention, other people help us show up to the commitments in a unique way. You know, they hold the space for us to be there. There's support in there. And how many times do we go to something and we're like, I don't know, I could do this. And then all of a sudden it's like, I'm so glad I came, you know, and so a word occurred in my head, and I'm not claiming the position, but I'm saying the stand that you are is a CEO, the Chief Engagement Officer, to keep people, engaged when they sometimes let go of their commitment to be engaged. So yeah, thank you everyone for showing up all the time. It is a big deal. I want to acknowledge that it is a big deal, and it really matters. It really matters. Yeah,
That's
your
what I
world
said,
around me.
that feeling that I have understood some part of it. That's how I started. Oh, I've understood this much. And then I see all these people in the class struggling, and many of them don't have a clue. I've been in the same class with them. So then I said, why not share this? And maybe I have a different way of expressing it. And maybe I have life experiences that are deep enough to come up with examples for many of the situations, many of the sutras. So that's how it started. That's how it started. And I'm glad it is going forward. To answer Shashi's question, we don't know as yet how long it is going to be. We are still working on all those things. And the way I am envisioning it is not as a continuous 8 days or 10 days, because that's very hard for people to take vacation and come. Not everybody will do that. Although I would say, hey, if this is priority or important for you, you have to come. But it's not happening in many cases. And not only those 10 days, then there is expense of flying. See, if it is close to me, I can drive. But many people have to, like Tammy, whenever she has to come to a retreat to Florida, she has to bear all the expenses, travel expenses, flying, boarding, lodging. Boarding, lodging is probably, if we do this as a residential course, it's there for everyone. But in addition to that, she has the big travel expense is probably as much as the course fee. I mean, course fee plus the boarding and lodging. So if we do it in Tampa, and Dr. Rajan, because he's in Melbourne, he can come here and do it, then we can avoid a lot of those things and have it only during the weekend, only Saturday, Sunday. So when we say Saturday, Sunday, start at 9 o'clock in the morning or 10 in the morning and go until 6 or 7 or 8 in the evening, do both days. And then he goes back, and then he comes back the next weekend. But we can do it over a period of 3 or 4 weekends. So all these things are up in the air. I don't know yet, but it will be a weekend course, which means we don't have to have any place for people to stay. We don't have to worry about dinner, maybe only lunch. That's not a big deal. If we do it in a place close enough to a restaurant or whatever, we can get food from the restaurant, or we can quickly say 1 hour lunch break, go eat and come back, something like that. So those will not be difficult to manage. That way we can keep the course fee also at a reasonable level. But it is a difficult thing for people who are not in Tampa, because they cannot be flying every weekend to get here. So maybe for them, we can do a Zoom for them. Anyway, these are all things that we have to work through all this.
Kumar, I can stay at your house for a month. Just kidding. That was
What did you say, Shashi?
lodging and boarding away from the place. I cannot move around so much.
Yeah, yeah. So Zoom is probably best for you. But even then, if it's from morning 9 to evening 7, Zoom, that also will be too much for you. Whereas when we are there in person, it doesn't seem much. It doesn't seem much. The time just flies. We'll see. And it will be, Dr. Rajan's classes are always experiential in nature. It is just not only theory. He will conduct, because he is a walking laboratory. All kinds of experiments will be there. All kinds of safe experiments will be there.
Kumarji, the advanced courses will be on Patanjali Yoga Sutra, or do we have any other scripture to refer?
You
It's a
mean
surprise?
which course you are talking about? You are talking about the retreat that you're thinking of, or the
No,
one?
the
Level 2.
level 2.
Oh, level 2. Level 2, I don't know the syllabus yet. What I'm going to do, that's what I'm saying. I have not got any leads from above yet on that.
Okay.
So you have to be patient.
Okay.
So we'll see. These classes, Patanjali Sutra class, how it manifested and how it's like, I hate to use this word, like a breakaway group that I conduct this class away from Dr. Rajan, right? But it's not a breakaway group at all. It is in full sync with what he does, but in a smaller way, and probably at a lower level, so that I can connect. It can be connected to people from various walks of life. Not that Dr. Rajan will not do it that way, but the styles of teaching are different. That's all. The style of presentation is different. That's all. Because this is what I always say. If I can understand Dr. Rajan's class, I don't understand why others cannot. It's just that some mental block people have, and then they say, oh, he does it too fast, or things of that nature. So it's just the style of presentation is different. And maybe people are too scared and respectful and not wanting to question him too deeply again and again in various angles. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just making all this up. So, anyways, I love Dr. Rajan's class. I love his teachings. So everything has come out of that. Whatever I present in this class, everything has grown out of that. It is from there it has come.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Yes.
Yeah, sure. Like the retreat again, as I thought, I feel like if it accommodates all age group, that would be an amazing thing to do. I have so many ideas where even children can participate, and it can be a wonderful place where kids older folks and then middle-aged people can there is so much to learn from children also, like, when it comes to how to lead uh, uh, things gets complicated as we grow. So it will be a wonderful place, I think, if we plan well the format and then the structure of the retreat. I mean, if you are interested, Kumarji, we can have some brainstorming session on how to include them and
Absolutely.
engage them.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Kumar, before you say goodbye, I want to say about Dr. Rajan. I've seen him how many times now? Probably 10 times run through the sutras. And, he's had classes and he's done remember the before yoga where we met? And he does go quickly. And then there's times where he could spend half an hour on one. I think it's like, it's to him, it's like the alphabet. He's so advanced or just integrated with the work that and it's probably getting that way with you now, where it's just, of course it means that, you know what I mean? Where he's very general and pragmatic that way, where, it's just like, it's A, okay? Yeah, it's the letter A, that's it. And
See, the thing is, Tammy, he will put 2 points on the canvas, on the board, and then draw a line and say, with 2 points, you can draw a line, and this is called a straight line. Okay. 50, if you have 25 people in the class, maybe 1 or 2 might understand that. The other 23 have not understood.
well, they're still trying to figure out why you're using a line or something like that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Just,
Yeah. Somebody's asking, somebody may be thinking, he's saying a line, but why can it not be curved? Or why cannot we go up and why it cannot come down? All these questions are there. For some reason, they don't ask those questions. It's not that if you ask those questions, he's not going to say, why are you asking that? He's not going to ask that. But somehow I feel people have that fear. They don't ask those questions. In my case, I preempt many of the questions by saying it can be like this, it can be like that. So my style of presentation is different. That's what I'm saying. That is also called a line, I would say, but not a straight line.
yeah, I think this was, and believe me, the reason I'm saying that is because I was that person. Okay, like why is like I had to know something that I didn't know, right?
Actually,
So I was there. That's been me. But I think this, the way you have the travel over the year, it sounds so long, but really it's like, what? It's over already? That kind of thing. But we got to go into those depths like that.
See, what I found out was to get to this level of understanding, it takes these many days. Okay. Either you can do it in one course or you can do it as 3 or 4 courses. Finally, to get that full understanding, it takes this long. So why not do it in one class itself, in one course itself? Doing it slowly, little by little, stopping at every sutra, ask people, even if they don't have questions, I pose a question to see if they have understood. So that's why I said the style of presentation is different. That's all. I mean, at the lowest level, the style of presentation is different. But ultimately, it is the amount of time if you take. I attended at least 3 courses. And each course, I think Dr. Rajan on an average, he will run it for 3 months, 2.5 to 3 months of half an hour every day. You count the hours, it will come to this. Or maybe even hours is probably less in terms of hours, maybe, who knows. Okay, everyone, thank you very much for all your inputs. We'll be in touch. See you all next Saturday.
Thank you, sir. Namaste. Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you, sir.
Thank you. Bye.